Okay, good. Welcome everybody. I see Davide as well, but I see just the written Davide. Davide, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here. I will also turn on the video in a few minutes.
Are you naked?
Actually, yes. I just get out of the shower.
Okay.
Sorry.
It makes sense that you don't
This
show
is on
yourself
record, by
naked.
the way. That's a nice beginning.
Okay, good. So, as you know, I think we are working on conceptualization tonight. And so, since you are in level 2, I think you already exercised a bit about this competency so far, at least once, I guess. So, before we start the exercise of the evening, I would like to discuss with you about the difficulties you found so far in this specific competency. So, have just a think about few seconds about your main difficulty in conceptualize. Okay, let's hear if someone have some idea. Yes, Maria?
Yeah, I have difficulty that usually I give a partial concept. It's hard to me to take the whole uh, picture or whole text and give a concept.
Okay, yeah, okay, interesting. Can you define, Maria, the idea of partial concept?
Mm,
You give half
maybe
word or you
what?
no, it was a joke. You give a half word of the concept, or what do you mean by half concept or partial concept?
Partial concept, I mean that, for example, I can mm, don't take the whole, I don't know, the whole text, for example. I just focused on a small part of the text and give the concept. And this concept can maybe cannot fit to the whole.
Oh, let me translate if I understood correctly. You tend to find too specific concept.
Too specific, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And why is a problem?
The problem that sometimes it's not essential part of the.
Okay. So I think you are implicitly introducing, let's say, a distinction between essential or primary concept and secondary or superficial concept, let's say.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And do you know why you tend to do it? Or no, you never thought about it?
I thought maybe uh, I I focused on the most interesting part of the text and don't do evaluation work after it.
Yeah, but if it's the most interesting part, maybe it can contain an important concept. No?
Yes, it can, but I know about my previous experience, and sometimes I saw this problem after.
Yeah, I understand. But now we are trying to discuss together if you know the reason why you tend to do it or you don't. You just know that you have this tendency, but you don't know the cause of it.
I don't know the cause, the true cause. I
Okay,
just feeling that maybe it
just
just.
feeling. Okay, so let's try to open to the group if someone has some hypothesis to explain why a person, in this case Maria, tends to go for the secondary concept instead for the essential one. Yes, Martin.
I have one hypothesis. Maybe her own interest is too important for her.
Maybe only what?
Her own interest is too important for her. So she finds a word that she finds interesting, and then she's building her concept around that word or that particular sentence without taking in the whole text.
Okay, so in a way, she's obsessed with what she likes, so as she tends to isolate what she likes from the rest of the picture. Oh, nice hypothesis. Nice one. Let's go back. Maria, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Yes, it works for me. Yeah.
Okay, so instead to close your, let's say, focus, you should open it to the rest. So you, in a way, it's okay. You pick one concept, but then you need to be able to relate the concept to extend the concept to the, let's say, not just a little part of the story, but let's say the essence of the story. Okay, nice, Martin. Yes. Any? Okay, I see some people are joining now. Hello, Christian. Hello, Sven. Hi, Xenia, and Arminda as well. Yeah. Hello. Okay, we were waiting for you, but meanwhile we're discussing about some difficulties you have about conceptualization, which is the competency we will work tonight on. Yeah. So it's just a kind of introduction in order to discuss a bit our difficulty. And Maria shared his difficulty to find essential primary concept. She tends to go to the secondary one. And Marty found an interesting hypothesis to explain that phenomenon, which is that she tends to close herself in this kind of little part of the story she interested in, and she's not, let's say, so able to open up to the rest of the story. And Maria agrees. Yeah. So anyone else? Yes, Peter?
Could we conceptualize Martin's idea with Maria's interests are in the foreground, and we could say also it's a kind of selective perception.
Mm-hmm. Too selective in a way. Yes.
Yeah. It's selective because she read something about this topic, or she don't know more. Mm-hmm. So she should select something that she's sure about.
Yeah. And Peter, would you have an advice to Maria or to anyone who has the same difficulty in order to avoid that tendency or to get over it somehow?
Yes, to problematize your own idea. And so to get out of this tunnel.
Okay, so to take a moment to watch her idea from outside and to try to find some limits about it. Yeah. Okay, you don't do it, Maria?
Yeah, I do it. Not always, but yes, I try to also to find limits. Yeah.
And when you do it, you find out that you're aware that the concept is a bit too specific.
Yes, sometimes yes, but again, if I overwhelmed by my bright idea, I can forget about this approach.
Okay. So I would give you this advice, Maria, that usually I give the opposite advice to people, which is to trust yourself. In this case, I would tell you to suspect about yourself, about your ideas. Yeah, be suspicious. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Peter. And anyone else? Alex?
I keep hesitating about the concept for a long time, so it takes me a long time, and I keep hesitating.
Okay, and you know the reason of your hesitation.
Yes, I think it must be perfect.
Oh, it's perfectionism then, disease.
Yeah, or like absolutism. There's only one real concept or something like that.
Yeah. And by the way, I think it's a bit linked with what Maria said before, because it's true that there are some concepts that are more essential than others, but at the same time, there is no concept that can capture everything in the story. In a way, a concept is a way to choose an aspect which is important or more important than others, but that aspect cannot contain everything to the story. So in a way, if you look for the perfect concept which is able to contain everything, you're looking for something that doesn't exist, Alex.
All my life.
Okay, it's the story of your life. Yes. Okay, so you know what you can do in order to overcome this difficulty, or no?
Yes, I think I think less about it and just write 5 or 10 concepts out of the top of my head, and then afterwards check on them.
Yeah, in a way, you have the opposite problem than Maria, it seems. I mean, she goes too easy with her idea, and sometimes she cannot problematize so much. But you have a hard time to trust your ideas, to text them in a way. Yeah. In a way, the only way to say if the concept works is to text the concept and what we are doing tonight is something like that. Once you fabricate the concept, you have to be able to link the concept to the story or to the picture or to the aphorism, and to be able to show the link in a way. Yeah. But as long as you don't text the concept, you cannot know if the concept works or it doesn't work. Yeah. So you don't even text your concept. Your problem is even before, is to produce the concept, to find the concept. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Alex. I suggest we go with another one before to move on. Other difficulties in conceptualization? So all the other people are okay with this. Okay, Marianne?
Quite similar to Alex's problem. I'm often not sure what is the main concept. So I can find some concepts and then I try to decide what is the main concept of these concepts.
Okay, so you're looking always for something more important, more essential.
Yes.
Yeah? But you know how to distinguish a concept which is essential from a concept which is not?
I think more essential is what includes the whole one.
Includes what?
The whole content is more essential. And I think it's also, we can check on common sense. So when I get a picture or a text and the concept, I can make a check. Would someone else understand my concept or no?
Okay. So if other people can understand, it means that it's important. Otherwise, it means that it's not that important. That's it. Your last idea? You see a problem? Yeah.
Yes.
Which is? Yeah. Which is the problem you see?
I'm doubting if something more obvious is more important. I don't know.
Yeah, and also even if you say something that is understood from others, this something can be not so essential.
Yes.
So I don't think that's a nice criteria to.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, let's hear if other people have other advice for you in order to identify an essential concept. Anyone? Yes, Xenia.
Yeah, so I remember we used such a tool so that if you like take out this concept out of the story doesn't work anymore. So that means it's the essential one.
Okay, nice, nice. Marianne, what do you think about Ksenia's advice? Can work?
Yes. Can work. Thanks.
Okay, it's a bit the idea of a pillar. You know pillar in English, yeah. If you take off the pillar from a building, the building cannot stay up anymore, yeah. So an essential concept is a pillar concept in a way, yeah. Okay, good, Ksenia. Okay, so I suggest we move on. But before we move on to exercise with the task I will give you in a bit, I want to just add some ideas about the conceptualization, yeah. And then if you have questions or comments, you of course you can share. I want to propose you the idea that a concept is an abstract and a general mental representation which is objective and stable at the same time, and that we express through language. And so a concept, it can be considered a filter or a kind of angle from which we look at reality, from which we look at things. So in a way, the concept is a way to unify the chaos we have in front of us, and is a way to create some order, yeah. And another idea I want to propose you, we were discussing yesterday about it, is the idea, like I told you before, that in order to conceptualize, it's very important to be able to choose. And when you choose, you need to be able to, in a way, refuse something. You cannot have everything, yeah? So a concept is just a filter, let's say a point of view from which you look at things. And of course, it's important, but it's not everything at the same time. So concepts are very important in order to understand something, to create order, to unify multiplicity, and at the same time to communicate with others. If we have hard time to conceptualize, usually we have a hard time to make other people understand what we want to do, what we want to say, yeah? And yeah, that was a few ideas I wanted to share with you. And by the way, from my teaching experience, I noticed that most of students have a hard time to study because they actually have a hard time to select concepts from the lesson or from the book. Many of them, they just try to write everything the teacher is saying to them, or they try to underline everything is written in the book. But at the end, they cannot catch anything. They cannot select. They cannot create an hierarchy. Yeah. So in a way, their problem is that is choosing. So I noticed that a problem of choosing usually is, it implies a problem of understanding, of remembering, and of studying. Yeah. That's some ideas. You have any, I don't know, feedback, any comments, any questions about these ideas I wanted to share with you? Yes, Martin?
And my experience is this, that people who have problem conceptualizing also have a problem prioritizing.
Yes. Yeah. And prioritizing is a way to choose, in a way, to when you prioritize, you need to select what is more important from what is not important. If you consider everything important, you cannot prioritize. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, thank you.
And then there's another comment. I think that like the power of a concept can only be shown after you have selected it. So you make the selection and then you show how much it can explain from a text. And sometimes we choose a concept that doesn't work, or it doesn't lead us far. So sometimes we're simply wrong. And then we try again and choose another one. So that's, from my perspective, the interpretation game. You can never know right from the beginning. You can have an intuitive like gut feeling that this might be the key concept, but then you do the explanation work and then it will show whether it has a lot of power or not.
Yeah, I think it's a good remark. Alex, did you hear Martin? I think that was especially for you. Yeah. So it's important to play the game in a way. If you don't want to be wrong, it's difficult to conceptualize, because until you don't text the concept, like Martin said, you cannot know if the concept works or doesn't work. Yeah.
Yes, it's very interesting indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Even if, let me add this, Martin, I agree with you. At the same time, through training, you can, in a way, develop these intuition skills that let you, let's say, find a good concept most of the time. I agree that you cannot ever be sure, but through training, you can go faster and you can see which concept can be more important, easily, let's say. Okay, thank you. Other remarks? Yes, Sven?
Your second point was that a concept can be considered a filter or angle from which we look at things.
Yeah.
It sounds very much like a paradigm. And so I'm wondering what the difference, that I would rather use that definition for a paradigm and not a concept.
Okay,
so
nice.
Then I want to, can we differentiate the concept of a concept and a paradigm?
Yeah, it's a good question, Sven. Do you have any hypothesis to distinguish them or no?
Not immediately.
Okay, no, so far, no. Okay, let's ask the group, and I think it's a very interesting question. Any hypothesis? Pick someone, Sven.
Davide.
I think a paradigm can be differentiated from a concept since it is more general than a concept. And I would rather say a paradigm is a category of concepts. So, for example, a moral paradigm will be a collection, will include all the concepts which allows us to frame things in moral terms. And for example, psychological paradigm would be a way of interpreting things which use concepts from psychology.
Okay, so Sven, what do you think about this distinction? Makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Paradigm is more general and concept is more specific. And do you know the difference between the idea of species and gender?
Of species and gender?
Yeah.
It's also like species would be great, more wider, more general, and gender is more specific.
It's just the opposite. Yeah, it's written in Plato. The gender is wider, and the species is more specific. So in a way, the gender is what contains something, and the species is what is contained by something. Yeah. So the idea by Davide was that the concept is a species of a paradigm. So it's a little part contained in the paradigm.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I see Davide, you want to add something?
Yes, I mean, I like this image, but I would also say that there are some overlapping. So concepts can belongs to different paradigms. So it's not that.
So what
schematic as in
what makes a
specific-
paradigm a paradigm? If the same concept can be shared in different from different paradigm. What would you say,
What
David?
makes a perspective. A paradigm is a perspective through which we make sense of something.
Yeah, but at the same time, the concept is a filter, so it's a little perspective. Yeah, that was the question.
It's it's. I mean, the concept is the detail, and the paradigm is the I don't know how to say in English, like the il primo piano e l'ambiente, no? Like in
the landscape in a way.
The landscape, the full frame image, where the concept is the detail.
Okay, so there was the idea that you said before. So one is more general and the other one is specific. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Martin, you were raising your hand, right?
Yes, I disagree.
With the idea by Davide?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think there is only concepts. We only have concepts, but these concepts are arranged in hierarchies. And like if you have a set of concepts that you say are like defining for other concepts, then you create a paradigm. So it's a fixed set of concepts of which somebody says they are more important than others. And then they create a paradigm like that. But it's only concepts.
Okay. So I think you are introducing here the idea of hierarchy.
Yes.
Yeah. So there are different concepts, but a paradigm is an hierarchy of concept. So it's a specific order you create between different concepts. Yeah.
Yeah. So you give somehow like that. It's like you say some concepts are more important than others, then they are paradigmatical for the other concepts. For example, in a theistic world, there the concept of God or the concept of an absolute center is paradigmatic for everything else, for explaining nature, for explaining human beings, for explaining everything else. So that this is how paradigms are created. They are fixed concepts that are dominating the other ones.
Okay. So I think it's an interesting idea. Yes. But I don't think, I mean, I think you added a very important, let's say, element that is not necessarily against what Davide was saying before. In a way, I think you could combine them together, no?
Yeah, maybe from my perspective, it was just not specific enough, because I think we don't have a beyond concepts. There is nothing beyond concepts. It's just a way of organizing the concepts.
Okay, so it's more the structure of the concept you build, yeah, that makes the paradigm. Okay, Sven, do you like this answer?
Yes, yeah, I like that. I get an image of a network, and the paradigms are the nodes where they're connected to many different concepts. They're central concepts that connect to many different ones.
And by the way, that's an important aspect of the philosophical practice. When we, for example, we are asking a paradigm shift question, we invite the person to look at the reality from another, let's say, network of concepts. Yeah, which is, it doesn't mean that his network is wrong, but it's important to test the capacity of the person to switch paradigm. Otherwise, you are a prisoner in your own paradigm, and you cannot think from other perspectives. Yeah. Okay, cool. I saw Alex raising his hand. Yeah.
I would like to add something, I think, about the difference between a paradigm and a concept. A concept, in a sense, doesn't exist. It's an abstract notion. while a paradigm doesn't exist, while a concept is a word you utter, you speak a concept, it is language. The paradigm only consists of concepts, as Martin says. So there's a difference in abstract and concreteness.
So in your idea, the concept is concrete?
Yes, you speak in the sense that you use the word.
It's like you concrete in the sense that it's like a tool you use in order to make something, to see.
In the sense that I can hear it and I can speak. I can say the word apple. I can say the word.
Okay, I see. So in a way, it's more invisible, the paradigm.
Right. No, the concept, and the paradigm is invisible.
Yeah, I said the paradigm is more invisible. Yeah. Okay. And by the way, that's something difficult we are supposed to do as philosopher, to identify or to help the person to identify his own paradigm. Yeah. By playing with the concept, by the way. Yeah. And by noticing maybe even some reaction, emotional reaction that can be helpful to identify the paradigm. Okay. Thank you, Alex. And I saw Maria. I suggest we take the last comment and then we start the exercise.
I have a problem with this definition of concept as something precise, because some concepts can be very abstract. For example, love.
Yeah, I agree with you. Did you understand in which sense Alex used the word abstract or no? Or concrete? No. Okay, Alex, can you explain it again to Maria? Because I agree with Maria, was a bit confusing. So make more clear that definition you gave before.
What I meant to say, that a concept is a word you can speak. It's a word you can hear. It makes the air vibrate. It's concrete in that sense.
Okay, it's written like a word. Okay.
Sorry?
Like a word. It's
yes.
concrete. Okay.
Yes. Well, the paradigm, it only consists of concepts.
Okay, I see.
Davide?
I think it's a little bit confusing, the idea of Alex, even if I really like it. So I want to propose
clarification,
a little difference. Yeah. So I wouldn't say it's not concrete in the sense that it's not vibrating, making the air vibrate, because you can actually also utter a paradigm. When you say you are reasoning, you are thinking through a psychological paradigm, you are actually making it concrete. But I would say it's rather implicit. Usually it's implicit. I mean, you are thinking through, or you are speaking through a moral paradigm, but you're not saying I'm speaking through a moral paradigm. So it's like an invisible assumption of an invisible dimension of
yes, I like it. I agree with you. In a way, more than the distinction between concrete and abstract, is more useful here, maybe more explicit or implicit. The concept here is explicit in a way, usually more than paradigm. Sometimes it's not visible, the paradigm. You have to think about it. It's not there. Yeah.
It can be hidden, or it can be very easy to spot, but it is implicit. In that sense, it's invisible.
Yeah. And Alex, do you agree with David? Yeah, that was the idea, by the way. Yeah.
It's more clear like this.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And by the way, we just used two different concepts in order to make more clear what you want to say. That was the idea, that in order to be understood, we need to be good in conceptualization. Yeah. So thank you, Davide, for let us to understand better. Maria, is more clear now, the idea?
The idea is more clear, but for me it's not work very well, this definition, abstract and precise.
Now, the explicit and implicit, that was the proposal by David.
Yeah, also with the explicit and implicit, because sometimes concepts also can be not explicit, implicit.
Can you give us an example of implicit concept?
For example, then the person writes the love letter. He did not talk that say that it's love letter. Just we understand it because there's some words like "my dear," "you are so nice," and so on and so on. And there is no a concept of love during this letter, but we understand about what is this letter.
Okay. So you're saying that some time, or maybe often, people are referring to a concept without naming it, and they're using different words, yeah?
Yes, they do, use different words, yeah. But
okay.
we understand.
Yeah, and by the way, that's the exercise of conceptualization, is to find the right, let's say, a word that can work in order to have this concept which is behind an entire story or speech.
Yes, I understand. But again, it's very smooth margin between this definition paradigm and concept.
Yeah.
I understand categorical approach.
Yes.
Categorical or hierarchy, but this implicit, explicit, it's not so much work for me.
Would you have another better distinction between to distinguish paradigm and concept, or you just?
I like the categorical approach. It's like more general. A paradigm is more general.
The first distinction. Yeah,
yes, the previous distinction. It's more clear for me. Yeah.
Okay, Davide, what do you think? Is sometimes also concept can be implicit in the speech. Do you agree? Yeah. So, okay, but do you think it happens more often that the paradigm is implicit, or the concept are implicit?
Well, usually the paradigm.
But
I would say,
yeah.
But I also think, I mean, I missed a little bit of what Maria said because of the connection, so hopefully I will say something which makes sense. But yeah, I would say it's also true that sometimes we are talking about something, but we are not making it explicit what we are actually talking about. So the concept which is the main concept, it's not that explicit.
Yeah.
Maybe we are not even aware of it. Maybe we are not even conscious about what we are talking about. And I think this is also what is interesting about consultation. Sometimes you just spot a concept which is central in what the client is saying, but he or she is not aware of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's our job, by the way. Yeah, to help people to conceptualize, or to find the right let's say words in order to express an idea. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Francis.
About implicit and explicit, I noticed that people who have an abstract mind use more concepts, and people who have a concrete mind are more implicit about concepts. And so they have trouble conceptualizing. And while abstract people usually have problems making the content of their concept concrete.
Yes. So in a way, yeah, we need to be aware which is the main difficulty of the person we have in front of. Sometimes to be abstract is very difficult, so for the person. Sometimes to find the example is very difficult. Yeah. I speak with some professor. They say so many abstract things, but when I ask them, can you give an example? They just cannot do it. Yeah. So that's the opposite case. Yes, I agree. Yes, okay. Thank you for your comments. So I suggest now we start doing the exercise. I want to propose a kind of evaluation of the exercise about conceptualization we have been doing yesterday with the level 1. So I share you the link of the Google Doc. You're gonna see once you gonna be in this picture. And I ask them to find 3 different concepts and then to explain why for them that concepts are relevant for the picture. So the idea now is to find some problems, or to evaluate the work of some of them. So I put in the chat the Google Doc. You should be able to modify it, to enter and to edit. Okay, I see you are in. That's the picture I proposed them to conceptualize. And the task I asked them was look at the picture and find 3 main concepts you think can represent the essence of the image, and write in a short sentence why you think this concept grasps the essence. We work on a couple of concepts, but you're free to find all the problems in every concept and every explanation of the concept as well. So just a practical thing. Every time you find a problem or you want to comment on a concept, you're supposed to put your name, and then on the right to write what you have to do, what you want to say. Yeah. Is the task clear for everybody? No, Alex?
Do we just evaluate the concept or also the argument that is given?
Okay, good question. I propose you first, you evaluate the concept. And even if the concept is right, then you check the argumentation, because it can happen, and that's why it's a good question, that the concept it can work, but the explanation contains a problem. Yeah. So in a way, you work on both of them, but you start from the concept. Yeah. Okay. If you don't have any more questions, you can start. I give you a few minutes, and then we gonna start, say, sharing what you have done. And if you could write in another color, like red, would be easier for us to work on them. The sentence you write.
Sorry, Andrea, but now we just write our concepts, and then you give us some more time to do the evaluation.
No, I think you missed the task. we check. We are supposed to check if the concept that the guys yesterday proposed are fine with the picture.
Okay.
And or if you see any problems, you name the problem and you explain why it's a problem. Yeah. Even the argumentation, eventually, yeah.
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay, at least everyone found one problem, let's say. Yeah. Okay, I give you one last minute and then we start checking the work. Yeah. Okay, so you finish the sentence you are writing and then you stop. All right, so we want to start sharing one problem we found in the work of level 1 students. Yes, I see Davide, yeah.
Okay, so sorry, I have so many things open. Okay, I would like to start from Gianluca. Ideas. The third concept he proposed is light.
Okay, yeah.
And I said like this concept is not essential to the picture because I mean lighting is part of every picture. It is needed to express some meaning to the picture, and here it doesn't look to has a role by itself to be central.
Okay, so your idea is that is not an essential concept for the picture because light is a bit indifferentiated, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't see light as I mean, if we following the strategy we talked about before about removing the concept and seeing if the story makes still sense, I would say that we can apply this to this picture.
Okay, but in general, do you think that light can be essential in some stories or a picture?
Yeah, it could.
Okay, but it's not the case, right?
This is not the case. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear the group. Who agrees with Davide that light is not essential for this picture as a concept? Okay, who disagree? Okay, pick one, Davide.
Can you raise your hand again, please? Okay, Arminda.
Oh yes, I think like light can work because there is light in his eyes and it's very obvious. It's like the central thing in the picture. And it can also be a metaphor.
Okay, so let's start one thing at a time. First, you think is a central concept, light, because you're saying that there is light in his eyes, and the eyes is an essential part of the picture, right?
Yes.
Okay. So far so good. Let's go back to David. David, do you agree that lights are in the eyes and eyes are central in this picture? Or no?
Well, I agree. I agree, but I wouldn't say that the light.
Yeah, I knew that there was a but after the I agree. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay.
so you agree, but what's the problem then if you agree?
Well, there is light, but it's not like the content of his eyes is not light, it's something else. So light is just instrumental, otherwise we wouldn't see what is enlightened by it. But I wouldn't say that light is what the main features of the eyes.
Okay. So let me understand if I understood correctly. You are saying that it's true that light is related to the his eyes, but that's not the main feature of the eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we need light to see.
What's the main feature then? What's the main characteristic of the eyes?
Well, I don't know because I don't understand precisely, but it's what is represented within his eye, which is like some images we cannot really understand what it is.
So is is the image inside the eyes of the light, right?
Yeah, and the absence of the actual eyes, I would also add.
Okay, but that absence can be interpreted as light, or no?
Well, yes, it can.
So in that case, Arminda would be right.
Yeah.
But for you, it's more absence than light, right?
It's not absence of light; it's absence of the eyes, and there is another image which is in place of
I mean,
eyes.
it's more absence than light inside the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, even if you have a different, let's say, interpretation, do you think that the one that Arminda proposed to us makes sense? It is acceptable,
yes.
At least? Okay.
Yes.
So okay. So, often, Davide, maybe we see something different or we have different ideas, but it doesn't imply that different idea than ours are wrong, That's perspectivism, by the way. Yeah. So you accept the idea by Arminda, yeah?
I accept it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Arminda.
I give her my blessing.
Okay. Yeah, in Italy, we bless everybody. And other... Okay. So let's go back then. So light is acceptable. You were giving a second reason why, if I remember, Arminda.
Yes, but I'm not
remember?
sure. Yes, but I'm not sure if I have a clear explanation for that.
Okay. I think you were speaking about metaphor or something like that.
Yes, like light being a metaphor for
what?
Something in the picture.
Can you, I have an hypothesis to explain what can be the metaphor of the light?
For being enlightened, for...
Okay, illumination, yeah?
Yes.
Kind of illumination. Okay. Davide, what would you think? Can be the picture about an illumination experience?
Well, it's the same as before. I can accept it. I don't really see it, but yeah.
So I mean, if you accept it, it means that you have to be able to see a bit at least, no?
Yeah,
if you don't see it, means that you disagree.
Yes, okay, I can see it. I would be more persuaded by other interpretation, but I can also see this interpretation.
Okay. It's not your favorite one, but it's acceptable.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Now, other problems. So we reconciled with the idea of light, at least if nobody else has some problem with that concept. No? Okay, so, oh, Maria, yeah?
I see that it is superficial concept because
Okay. Why?
Because in eyes we see light, yes, but we also see some shadows, some reflection from somewhere. It's not only the light. That's why this concept is partial.
Yeah, it's similar than what Davide was saying before, that in the eyes there is something else. But you think is acceptable to see that, to say that light is an important part of the staring, the eyes of the guy, no?
No, because we should to evaluate the whole eye, not just the part of the eye with the light, because we see here something, and it's the eye is more than just the light.
Okay, so would you be able to find a concept who contain both characteristics? So I mean the light and the shadows you see in the eyes?
Yes, reflection.
Explain why reflection could contain both.
Because reflection, there is also we can see how light reflects and some things. Shadows.
Okay. So that's why you are saying that light is a bit secondary or superficial, and reflection would be primary concept, more important one.
And it will contain this light.
Okay. And let's go back to Arminda. Arminda, would you agree with Maria that reflection would be more essential than light?
Yes, but only if we give up the other interpretation that light means enlightened. Because then reflection would not work for that.
Okay, I didn't understand. Can you rephrase the idea?
Yeah, sure. So we talked about light, like the white of his eyes, and that we can see that white part of his eyes. And I proposed the other interpretation that light could mean like some kind of enlightenment.
Okay.
Okay, and this concept, which is actually another concept.
Okay, so in a way you are saying that you would agree to drop the light concept if you link the concept to the white in the eye, but not if you link that concept to the illumination experience.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay, let's go back to it's getting funny here. Maria, what would you say? Can illumination, but in that case, maybe Arminda, by the way, maybe it would be better to replace light with illumination. Maybe
illumination don't relevant to the whole picture because there is some tension in the face expression of the man.
And why do you think that tension and illumination, they cannot go together?
Because illumination is something which is more pleasant, more joyful, more...
Yeah, but let me problematize your idea. Can illumination be, I don't know how to say, tense or tensive or something like that? Can imply some tension?
Yes, we can be illuminated by some bad things. We can, for example.
It could be the case of the guy in the picture. Like a devil illumination, not a godly illumination.
Okay, illumination is something acute, and we also should see this acuteness of knowing something. and he is not so much in some excitement, or I don't know, more movement.
Okay, Arminda, what do you think? Can you do? Oh, we don't hear you. You have to open up the mic.
I can see illumination in the picture, so
Okay,
I don't
so help Maria to see the illumination, because she's a bit blind right now.
Well, illumination can, or maybe it's even necessary, some kind of tension for illumination. Illumination is not the same thing with relaxation.
Okay.
Illumination comes with a lot of new information.
Okay, your idea is that in a way, tension is a condition to have illumination. Without tension, there is no illumination. If you are too relaxed, you cannot be enlightened from something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maria, do you agree?
Yes, I agree. And
Did you have illumination in order to agree, or
no, no.
Okay.
Yes, and illumination need some suddenness. There should be some sudden event.
Yeah, which implies tension. You agree?
Tension, but okay, but after that there should be some more expression in the face.
Yeah, but don't mind about after. Your objection was about tension, that it cannot go together with illumination, and now you're saying that okay, it needs to go together in a way. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So you reconciled with tension.
Yeah.
It's just for fun. It's interesting why at the beginning you were let's say separating illumination from tension. Can you explain why?
Yes, because my experience about illumination mostly connected with something joyful experience.
Yeah, but the question is, in joy, there is tension, or there is no tension?
There's tension before, but after the illumination happens, there is no tension.
Yeah, but you see, you still are talking about the consequence of the illumination. You're not speaking about the experience of illumination.
It's in the time in illumination.
Well, yes. I mean, when you speak about the illumination experience, you are speaking about what happened during the illumination experience. So if you feel joy, do you agree that joy implies some kind of tension, or no?
No.
So joy and tension, they don't go together, right?
No, there's more relaxation than tension. I don't see the tension.
Okay, just for fun, who thinks that joy and illumination cannot go together? Raise his hand. No, wait, I was the wrong question. Yeah, I had the opposite of illumination. I was blind for a bit. Who thinks that joy doesn't imply tension? Okay. Who think that joy implies tension? Raise his hand. Okay, Maria, pick one.
Francis.
Joy is an emotion, and an emotion is a movement of the body. And so you can rely on the gestures you make when you feel joy, like yeah. So it's basically a move of the body which implies tension.
Okay, Maria?
I think it's
Wait, did you, is clear or no, the explanation?
clear. It's clear. But I think it's undifferentiated. Any
Wait,
movement.
wait, before to but. And can you, you understood, right?
Yes.
Okay, do you agree or no?
I agree.
So you agree that joy, since implies an emotion, implies some kind of tension that make people do something in a way, like when you celebrate because you scored, for example, it's an expression of tension because of the joy you feel. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What's the problem then?
The problem that any movement needs tension, some kind of tension, and joy, there is more relaxation than tension.
Okay. So the joy, you see the joy as an expression of when you relax the tension, there is joy. Yeah. When you let go the tension, you feel joyful.
I don't understand last.
When you express wait, when you feel joyful, you relax the tension.
Yes.
Yeah. So in a way, the joy is the consequence of when the tension disappear, you feel joyful.
Yes.
That's your idea.
Yes.
Okay. So you disagree then?
Yes, yes, I disagree. Yes.
Okay, because I thought you said that you were agreeing with
I agree in the small part of that. Okay, any
yeah, but
action.
if you agree just in a small part, it means that you disagree. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back to Francis. Francis, did you understand the criticism by Maria?
Yes.
Do you accept it?
No.
Okay, can you provide an argument?
I would say that what Maria describes, the relief of tension, is more expressed by pleasure. And pleasure can be with an absence of tension, can be, not joy. Joy, like any other emotion, supposes tension, but pleasure can be like pure relaxation.
Okay. So you're saying that the objection by Maria is based on a confusion between pleasure and joy.
Yeah.
Joy is a specific pleasure where there is tension, while normal pleasure doesn't imply tension.
Joy is an emotion, and pleasure is a general pleasant feeling.
Okay. Joy is an emotion, while pleasure is like a feeling. Yeah. Okay. Maria.
Yes.
What do? You agree? You don't disagree? You're lost?
I disagree because the joy, there can be different level of the joy. There can be very high joy, and yes, there can be some kind of tension, and okay, and there can be a low level of joy, and also it will be near the pleasure.
Okay, but now you are saying that it's possible that joy implies some kind of tension. Yeah, let's say the intense emotion of joy implies some kind of tension. Yeah.
Yes, intense. Yes.
Okay. So it means that it's possible.
It is possible. Yes.
Okay, because before you said it wasn't the case. Yeah. Remember?
I said mostly not the case, but yes, it's possible. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a small part of the experience of joy that implies tension.
Yeah.
Okay, we go back to Francis because I'm curious to see how he's finishing this dialogue. So, Francis, do you agree or you disagree? We don't hear you.
I think joy and pleasure correspond to different definitions. The emotion and feeling is a very low level of emotion.
Okay. So still, again, Maria is confusing feeling with emotions.
Yeah.
In a way, when he's speaking about the low tension emotion, he's speaking more about feeling.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is much less bodily than emotion.
Yeah. By the way, Maria, do you know the difference between feeling and emotions or no?
Yes.
Can you say it?
Yeah. Feelings include emotional side and the reasoning side. It's what you think about.
So can you conceptualize the difference?
Huh?
Can you conceptualize the difference with one word?
Feelings are reflected emotions.
So reflection.
Reflection of emotions, yes.
Okay, emotions, and in emotion there is no. Emotion, there is no reflection, right?
Yes, there is no reflection.
Okay, I give you another way to distinguish them. The time. Feeling lasts longer. Emotion lasts less. Yeah, it's faster in a way. Doesn't last very long. Yeah. And it makes sense what Francis is saying, that if, an emotion is not very tense and it lasts a lot, it means that it's more a feeling than an emotion.
Can you reformulate?
Okay, who understood the question? Oh, at least one. Yeah. Okay. Xenia, can you rephrase it?
I will try. So what Francis suggests and what Andrea suggests is that if something is experienced through a longer time and is of a lower intensity, that is rather a feeling than emotion. And they ask if, Maria, you agree or disagree with this statement.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, so you accept the Francis criticism.
I accept. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's enough because I don't. You don't look very convinced by this objection, but I think we spend enough time to this issue. It was interesting. And okay, so I suggest you, if nobody has any comments about it, Francis, any let's say conclusion about this part or comment?
I don't know if it's the place, but I would like to defend the concept of light being essential.
Okay. Yes, go on.
When you look at an aesthetic point of view, you look at the picture as a work of art. The most striking aspect is that the light in the eyes, because normally they should be dark in the center. So it's the most striking aspect. And it's essential because when you put your fingers like that and to hide the eyes, you see a perfect banal face, no special tension or expression.
Oh, it's like he's missing something very important in the expression of the guy.
It changes completely the effect of the picture.
Okay, so that's why it's a pillar concept, the light. Okay, yeah. Just to to see. Who agrees with Francis that light is actually very important, is essential here? Okay. Who disagree? I see Alex is struggling inside himself to, to know. Okay. Francis, you want to know? I'm a bit afraid now to open this this Pandora box. You want to know the one reason why one person doesn't agree with you?
I would like, but probably it would be more interesting to move to another problem. Huh?
Okay. So let's keep it. You see, but I think it's interesting that sometimes we need to discuss a lot in order to text the concept. Before with Martin, we were speaking about texting the concept, about the interpretation in a way there is behind the concept. And I think we had a good example, yeah, between you, Francis, and Maria. Yeah, it's from different point of view. You can in a way say or sustain that a concept it can work for the picture, or you can find different objection to it. But I think the important is the thinking process in a way more than the result. Martin, will you want to say something about it?
I would be happy if someone texts me the objection.
Okay. So yeah, Maria, Marianne, Alex, and Peter, I remember you, and Davide, maybe you can text afterwards Francis with your objection about his idea. Martin, yes, go on.
I just wanted to say that the concept of light made us discuss 3 different interpretations. Light as illumination, light as enlightenment, and light as inspiration. And we all had this under the same roof. And this is why I think there was some confusion created, because these 3 concepts lead into different terrains. And then we got stuck with this emotion feeling thing.
Yeah, even if at the beginning with Arminda, we distinguish the 2 interpretations, the concrete one to the from the metaphorical one. Yeah, but I agree. Sometimes that's very important to clarify from which standpoint of view you are, let's say, proposing that concept. Yeah, because sometimes, in a way, the concept can work if it's sustained from a certain explanation or a certain interpretation, and it cannot work if there is another interpretation that contains maybe a contradiction or is not very convincing. Respect the text or the picture you want to describe. Yeah,
like the tension thing is very different. If you are in light, or if you are inspired, there is no tension. This person would like spark of joy. Huh? If the person feels inspired, this is what Maria said. And if it is enlightened, with enlightenment, there is always a lot of tension coming. And with illumination, it's totally neutral. It's just that the city is nicely illuminated. There is light somewhere. So it's totally neutral. It doesn't say anything about that. And so I think this light thing led us into like intricate terrain from my perspective.
Yeah. And maybe a way to avoid it, but now I suggest we move on anyway. It could be to define in a clear way, for example, illumination, yeah, or the other concept behind the concept. So in that case, maybe we could reduce the confusion between different interpretation, yeah. But anyway, I suggest now we text the other concept, if you agree, yeah. Okay, so other concept you found interesting because you found some problem in it or in the explanation? Ksenia?
I actually found this concept in a couple of students. So Rose, Anne, and I think someone else. So it's the emptiness, the first one.
You want to go with the Roseanne?
Yeah, let's go. But I have totally seen this in other work as well. So there were
but
more
I
than
think
one
it's
person.
better to focus to one at least, and then
Yeah, let's go.
easier. Yeah, okay, go.
So the first concept by Roseanne is emptiness, and it says like the eyes are white. So first of all, the eyes are not white, and so there is a problem in the argument. And secondly, I think the concept is like the opposite of the picture, because it's not the emptiness, it's something that the author wanted to show us. It's like the opposite of emptiness. It's the
Okay.
content reflection, something. Yeah.
Okay. Which concept you could propose as the opposite of emptiness, Ksenia?
On a conceptual level,
Mm-hmm. You having illumination?
yeah, hope by myself. Let's go with the content.
Content.
Yeah.
Okay. But just for fun, could you try to support the idea that there is emptiness there? How would you support that idea? And then if you cannot, we can go on the other side. But how can you support the idea that in that look, there is something that can suggest the idea or the concept of emptiness?
Well, it's like I would say that, for example, the person is like a mirror. They're empty inside, and they are just mirroring what they see. So then it might work.
Okay, so again, the problem is not in the concept, but is in the explanation.
Yes, I think so.
So because before you, let's say, criticize both, but now you are accepting the concept and you are criticizing just the explanation. You agree?
Yes, I think it's.
So could you replace that explanation with a better one in order to support the idea of emptiness? Can you write it down there?
Sure. Let me do that.
Okay, can you read it?
Yeah, the person is like a mirror. We can add an empty mirror, like so, a hollow mirror. His eyes reflect the world, and the face expression is blank.
Yeah, just, you know what, when you explain a concept, I don't think it's a good rule to
add it, yes.
concept. Yeah, otherwise it's a bit of tautology. Yeah. So it's like a mirror. His eyes reflect the world, and the face expression is blank. Okay, so with this explanation, you would accept the concept.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, by the way, I think it's a nice idea. It's in a way, if in order to create room for something external, you need to be a bit empty inside. Otherwise, there wouldn't be space for the external. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nice. In a way, I like this idea because it's what we do as a philosopher in the philosophical practice. Like, is the idea to become an unsubject. Yeah. We are not there to impose ideas. We are there to reflect ideas, to reflect the paradigm, and to think about that. So we need I don't know if we need that precise look, but we do a bit the same. Okay, thank you, Ksenia. You want to add something, or you're good? Okay, nice. Thank you. Other ideas? Other concept, other problems you found? I would go with Alex, since I just spoke before.
I actually had a remark to make before we go to the next
Okay,
concept.
go on.
Because I thought that is interesting to help me, because it turns out that a concept is not good or bad in itself, but whether a concept fits or not also depends on the explanation you can give.
Yes, in a way, it depends from the way you use it. Yeah. So in a certain context, for example, a concept can be good, but if you change the context, is not. Or if you, it's a tool. It's a tool. The concept. If you use it let's say, in a bad way, is not useful. It can be also confusing. Yeah.
I just made the remark because it was illuminating for me. You see?
Okay. Did you feel empty when you felt illuminated, or
completely?
That's the key of the illumination, emptiness. Yes.
And terrified as well.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. And other remarks about what you have done so far, Sven?
Based on what Alex just said, I think it would be difficult to find a way of connecting the concept of, well, the one that comes to mind is joy. I don't see joy at all in this painting, in this image. But it also might be a nice activity is to come up with concepts that don't fit the image, and then try to explain how they do fit the image, or unlikely concepts, I would say.
Yeah. But I would tend to agree with you, Sven. It seems by looking at the general picture, it seems more an overinterpretation, the joy, because it's more dark, it's more sad, or there is not much joy there. Yeah. But I think the joy was an example to explain the difference between the tension, more than a concept for the picture.
Yeah, sure. I guess I don't agree with what Alex said, that it's not, the concept is not good or bad in itself. It's the way you explain it. I think some concepts don't work. I don't think it's that any concept can work for anything,
Okay. I understand. Yes, I agree. But at the same time, if you support the concept with let's say a bad explanation, doesn't work that much. Yeah. So, but yes, is not just the way you use it. Is of course there is the way the relation with reality, let's call. Yeah. And yes, agree. Okay, thank you, Sven. Other comments? No. Christian, are you sleeping? Are you naked? What are you doing? You're not there.
Pretending.
He's pretending to be there. It's like my students. They seem to be there, but they are somewhere else. Yes. Okay. And so I propose we use the time we have to see new concept, new problems, new ideas. Yes, Martin?
Yes, I would like to indicate Sherry's second concept, condolence. The whole picture is in gray. And from my perspective, this is totally overinterpreted, totally missed. And because this would be true for every black and white picture.
Okay, just 1 second. I need to catch the part. Is Sherry, right?
Sherry, 2, condolence.
Condolence. Yeah, okay. Let me put here the yellow color. Wait. Yes, okay. The whole picture is in gray, and that's the explanation for the condolence concept. Yeah.
And this concept doesn't fit from my perspective, as because it's like like that. It would be true for every black and white picture. So
so is indifferentiated, like you said. But is the concept the problem or the explanation again?
The explanation is stupid, but the concept, from my perspective, doesn't have to do anything with the picture.
Okay, just for fun, could you do like Xenia did before, that you try for a sec to support that concept, and if you cannot, we go on. Try now to explain why condolence can be a good concept for this picture.
So if like the small picture in the eyes would be a funeral or a cemetery, which we cannot tell, then maybe. But even then, because condolence is like somebody saying I'm sorry, and I don't see that. So.
Yeah, in a way, condolence implies, the feeling of sorry. You feel sorry, so you're in a way you're sharing the pain with the other, and you're sad. I would say so. Sadness, pain. You don't see any sadness, any pain, or in the picture.
Yeah, but it's not the point of the picture.
Okay. So it's a bit over-interpretation here, you're saying.
Yeah. Because it's like if you don't look at the eyes, it's a totally neutral, empty face. It's not sad, it's just neutral. It does not convey any emotion. Like, and then when you have a look at the eyes are weird. And so the focus is on the eyes, and we have discussed this already. So if the little picture would indicate something about a funeral or a cemetery, then I would buy that. But otherwise, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you. It's a bit to stretch the concept here. Yes. Okay, let's see if anyone want to save the concept somehow. I see. Oh, Maria, you're a saver. Yes.
I'm not saver, but I can try explain why Sherry has this concept. Maybe she feel this condolence, then she look on this picture, not in this man this condolence, but it's the feeling of the Sherry.
So you're saying that the person is more speaking about her or his reaction than the picture.
Yes, her reaction, yes, for this picture.
She's speaking more about herself than the picture.
Yeah.
But the concept should, in a way, used to describe or to see a part of the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, I also agree that it's too far this concept by.
Okay, you agree, but you want to propose the explanation why she did the overinterpretation. Yeah, in a way, overinterpretation usually is because the person is more focused on herself than on the reality, the external reality. So it tends to, in a way, make the subjectivity overcome the objectivity. Yeah. Yes, makes sense. Yes, I agree. Good. Nice one. Okay, thank you. Other comments? Someone want to support the concept by Sherry? No? Okay, let's go on with another one then. Marianne?
I find another one in Rose N, the third one, last one. The empty eyes. The eyes have no pupils. This is actually no concept. This is just a description. The concept as well as the additional part.
Empty eyes. So would be the problem here? Can you name it?
This is under interpretation, so it's just a description.
Okay. But so the problem is in the concept or in the explanation, or in both of them?
Both, because both of them just a description of what the person sees, and there is no concept.
Okay. So it's a very superficial concept because
Yes.
it's just to describe a little part of the picture.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and why do you think a person doesn't dare to go a bit more far away with the concept, but is just a basic superficial concept?
Maybe this person lacks fantasy, or is rather insecure of doing some kind of interpretation, so give something subjective.
So it's the opposite problem that before the person was too focused on herself, and here is a bit afraid maybe to make mistakes, so to do something wrong, so he prefers like just to stay to describe without dare. So to
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Empty eyes. Yeah. How would you replace that concept with a similar one but more effective one?
What Mary Rose did in the first one, the emptiness.
The emptiness. Yeah. We spoke before, by the way. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So maybe it's yeah. Makes sense. So empty eyes is less is more safe in a way, because who can emptiness is a bit more, you can discuss about it a bit more, so you risk more to make a mistake. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Marianne. Anyone else? Francis?
By the way, I think we can see the three conceptualizations of Roseanne. They are very coherent.
Oh,
the eyes are empty, they have no pupils, it scares me. The three of them are very coherent.
Oh, you are saying that there is a paradigm behind these three concepts?
Emotional paradigm.
Emotional. And which emotion or which kind of paradigm? Okay, emotional, but can you say something more about it?
Yes, there is a fact, the eyes have no pupil, an interpretation, they are empty, and an emotion, it scares me. So it's a very emotional mechanism, and the three of them are very coherent.
Okay. Could you find a concept to link all the three concepts?
Well, the concept would be emotion.
Emotion. So emptiness is emotion, empty eyes and scare, like fear.
It's a very emotional mechanism, is a fact, interpretation of this fact, and the emotion you produce.
Okay.
So it works like a paradigm.
Okay, I will write to Roseanne after, and then I will let you know what she's going to say. I say Francis thinks you are in an emotional paradigm, yeah. And if she reacts emotionally, it means that you're right. Yes.
It's a presupposition, eh?
Yeah. I'm joking. Yeah. Okay. Good, Francis. Any other comments? Let me check the time. Okay, so we have a few minutes left. So I suggest we, let's say, stop working on the concept, and now we try to go to a meta level, and we try to share some meta comments, let's say, about the process, about the conceptualization in general. the difficulty you found or the confusion you had sometimes? I don't know, anything. Alex?
I have one question that arose, namely, how can you make an interpretation of the concept that someone wrote? For example, Arminda interpreted the concept of light as illuminate. No, not illumination. I forgot the concept. I'm sorry.
I proposed enlightenment.
Enlightenment, of course.
Then
Yes.
Andrea said illumination, and then we continued with illumination. But I think the correct concept in English is enlightenment.
Yeah.
What we talked about.
You use
okay.
the word.
I thought maybe it's my language problem, but I thought they were synonymous. Maybe I'm wrong. No? Can you tell the difference, Arminda?
Yes, illumination is about a city being illuminated with lights, with
But you know what?
Light.
You know what? Because in the practice, like I think Chauncey speaks about it, he used this phrase of illumination of obvious, and he's speaking about a kind of enlightenment experience. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why I use the illumination, because we use illumination in that meaning. But maybe you're right. There is a difference. I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we all understood. It's similar to Romanian. I think it's similar to Italian, right?
Yeah, now I'm thinking in Italian, illuminazione, it can be used for both. Yes, for like the lights, let's say, and also for the spiritual experience behind. Yeah. I think it's the same. I don't know very good English, but I think it's a bit Sven, in English, you since you speak very well. And do you know if illumination can be used for the spiritual experience as well, or just for the concrete lights you see?
Yeah, that's immediately when we were talking about it, I was thinking of the enlightenment, another word for enlightenment.
Okay, so illumination can be used in that connotation.
Definitely.
Okay. So, but anyway, Alex, you were speaking about what?
Well, whether or not illumination and enlightenment are the same or not, they are different than the word light. And so if someone writes the word light, I don't know if you can use the interpretation enlightenment to make a judgment about the concept of light. I don't know if you can do that.
You're right. In a way, we were replacing that concept with another one, which wasn't the same. And at one point, by the way, I was aware about it. So I said to Arminda, maybe in that case, we should replace the concept with illumination or enlightenment. So you're right. In a way, we manipulate the concept with another one.
Well, but maybe you can do that. I don't know. That's my question.
Yeah, the thing is that if you do it, it's important you are aware that you are using another concept. Yeah. So of course you can replace concept, but it's not the same concept anymore. It's a different one. So you cannot using a concept by using a different concept instead. That's not right, let's say. But if you do on purpose because you prefer the second one, yeah, of course you can do it. It's important to be aware that what the concept you're using. Yeah. So I think you're right. Yes. Okay. And you want to add something, or you're good, Alex?
Yeah, well, let me add some really minor thing, which is more mean than anything. I noticed that Francis was very cunning when he tried to tell us that joy implies tension, because he changed the intended meaning of tension from stress tension to tension in the muscles, and then he made his point.
But do you see a link between the brain tension and the muscle tension? Oh no, it's not linkable.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
no. The photo, the stress in the picture, that tension. We were talking about that, the joy and the tension in the face, right? And the tension in the face was not intended as the muscles. It was intended as tension in the face, as an emotional state, not as a physical thing.
Okay, so you would accept that idea by Francis, or you would rather reject it then?
Oh, what he said, I accepted.
Ah, okay.
Of course, but he changed the meaning first.
But I think, Alex, in that case, to make clear, we were discussing about the possibility that joy implies tension. Yeah. So it was an example to say that in emotion, there is tension. Yeah. That was, I think, the topic they were discussing about.
Okay. I shouldn't have brought it up. It was just something that was still here.
Okay, you feel better now?
I feel better.
Oh, that's important. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Alex. And other comments about the process? Or if you won't feel better, you can say something. Yes, Maria.
I see a useful idea to try to explain the concept, even if we don't like the explanation of the author, because sometimes you see this concept can suit to this context, but explanation sometimes is very strange, very weird, and you reduce the concept because of explanation.
Yeah, I think it was the idea by Martin that said before, until you don't use it, you cannot see, you cannot text the concept. So if you don't like the argument, try another argument, but use the concept, and then you will see if it works or it doesn't. Yeah,
I think it's a good tool to evaluate the concepts.
Yeah. So in a way, don't stop yourself to the argument you see there, but try to find another one. And then if you don't find, maybe it means that it's not a good concept. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Maria. Other comments? Sven?
I found sometimes you can go both ways. You can start by looking at something and thinking of concepts, or you can look at it and just describe the thoughts that come to your mind and write. Usually I do this writing, and then as you're writing, you see the concepts emerge from just the train of your thoughts, where they are going. They lead you to the concept sometimes.
Yes. In a way, that's, I think, is called the brainstorming, no?
Yeah.
So in a way, first you throw ideas without much attention, then you try to collect the main concept in the chaos you throw up. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Good. Francis, you were raising your hand. Okay. We don't hear you. Yes.
I found a connection with a use of paradigm in this work on conceptualization. When you look at the picture from a certain paradigm, you will find some concepts like aesthetics. And if you look from another paradigm, like emotion, you will find other concepts. So if you want to find concepts, you can change paradigms in your head and look at the picture.
Yes, in a way, like I told you before, a concept is the result of a choice, and usually people choose from their paradigm. Even if they're not aware, we make choice through our paradigm, our filter, to our worldview is another way, to say it. So yes, we can use this in a way. Every concept is a choice. Every choice is a result of a paradigm approach to the world. So we can use those concepts in order to discover or to make the paradigm be more visible for the person as well. Yeah. Thank you. You want to add something?
Well, I found that the discussion about distinguishing paradigm and concept was very useful, and the exercise showed it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Yeah, was a Sven question, I think. Yes, yes. Okay, yes. And Maria?
Yeah, I just I just thought about that. It's also useful to find concepts to change paradigm. It's for your last discussion. I think it's a good way to try to look on the text or on the picture from different angles.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes we don't like some concept because we are thinking from a different paradigm perspective. So in a way, to force yourself to use that concept could be a way to create a little paradigm shift in yourself.
Be flexible through paradigms.
Yeah, dialectical in a way. Yes, yes, yes.
Dialectical, yes, yes.
Yeah, okay, okay. One last comment, if there is. Yeah, Sven?
Andrea, something about the method. I think your joy in thinking makes the workshop exciting. But I think sometimes that you end up doing too much of the work for the people. Yeah. So you say, is that what you mean? And then you go on this whole thing. And I think sometimes you could have sent it back to the other people to do some of that work. So it's just to balance that excitement and making other people work more.
Yeah, you're right. You know me. I'm a teacher, so I have. I mean, for like 18 hours per week, I have that tendency, and it's not easy to get over it when I do philosophical practice. You're a teacher as well. You know that problem.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah.
So, but I agree with you. Yes, I sometimes I still do too much, and in a way I don't. I could be more challenging by doing less, because in that case the person should think more. Let's say, I agree. But the joy you saw to me was implying tension, or no? that was it. Okay.
Good tension.
Good tension. Okay. And
no, it's okay.
I wanted to say the opposite to Sven. I enjoyed that a lot today. Your way of interacting, that was different, and for me that worked very well.
Yeah, but did you notice that sometimes I was proposing maybe too much?
No. I think the problem was more that we were like opening the box again and again. Mm-hmm. So that was the issue. So somebody wanted to add, and then it became boring. But this was not due to your style, but this was because of the reopening.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes while Sven was saying that, I think it is true. I did something in a way. My problem is that sometimes I'm too willing to understand. Then I don't give the time the person to think, and I try to guess it. Yeah. Because it's not easy to wait sometimes. In a way, that to wait is a way to contemplate. And sometimes if you feel this desire to understand, it's not easy to slow down. Yeah. So I think he's right. But at the same time, I think sometimes I gave a lot of space, like you are saying, to people, to even to object or I follow the people in their ideas. Mm-hmm. But I see both. I don't think you are contradicting yourself. I think sometimes I did a bit too much, and sometimes I open up, like you said before, Martin. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So thank you, everybody, and I see you sometime in the future. I don't know when. And thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you, Andrea. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.